Oh my God, guys, it is here. Bugwatch, the Dataslate review. The data slate is here. The points changes are in the building. Let's go through them and find out what you're not and what you're hot about. All right, let's go. So the winners, this is going to be rapid fire because I really want to make sure, I don't want to do one of these videos that people do and they're like 1,000,000 hours long and you have to sit through it. I'm going to try and tell you the hot and not really quickly. So let's do it. So I've done the top 10 winners with some honorable mentions. So Death Leaper down by 10 points. People who like that Vanguard detachment are going to really love that. He's got a new model. Happy days. I think the Prime is also a great one, down 15 points. That's amazing. That's so strong. And you can see my meme on the right hand side here because he will actually see the tabletop for the first time ever. This will be great. Gene Stealers also in conjunction with the Broodlord. People who play Vanguard are going to really like that. Even though the Gene Stealers got worse in the book, a lot worse in the book for my money. But yeah, I think 5 points, I'd still want to see him come down more. But a positive overall. Lictors down 15 points is really strong, but they have lost their invuln. How much would you pay for an invuln? Would it be 15 points? 5-up invuln? No, I'd probably pay like 5 points on a Lictor for a 5-up invuln. So, because it's already got lone operative, right? So I think 15 points is pretty generous. I think that's a really strong one. Parasite down 10 points. Still a bit of a funky unit that like it kind of does everything a Lictor does, but a Lictor does it better for the most part. Melee Warriors coming down 5 points. Probably should have been more in my eyes. Like they're very strong. And I think in a lot of builds, actually, they've got a place. I think the reason why I've put them on this list at 6 is because the Prime's got better. Prime gets better, these guys get better, and overall, I think that's a win for them. I mentioned the Broodlord already. Shooty Warriors also get better when the Prime gets better. So even though they had no points changes, I actually think they're one of the big winners of this points change. The Harridan, look, I don't have a Harridan. Some of you guys do, you crazy animals, and you can have it for 45 points less. So go and take 3 Ripper Swarms, or maybe don't. But get something else that's 45 points. You'll have a great time. Honorable mentions. Hormigans, yeah, 65 points. I'm not like thrilled by that. Not really. Am I going to start taking loads of them? Not really. Neurolictor is good. Its points at 65. It's still relatively interesting despite the change to the Lictor. I think it's 5 points more than the Lictor. So overall, you're quite happy. I don't know why I put Pyrovore up 5 points. That's not what happened. Don't know. Pyrovore is still 30 points. It's a win for the Pyrovore, because the Pyrovore is still 30 points and you can just fit it in when you have that space available. It is the utility unit you stick in places when you've got 30 points left. Toxicrin, if anyone's playing it, good news, it's cheaper. Endless Swarm will probably be happy with the changes overall. There was no more increases on things like termagants and gargoyles, which is big. And I think that Endless Swarm, my hot take is that as much as I would hate to play it because it's too many models, someone's going to take like 200 gaunts or 300 gaunts to LGT and do all right with it. And then, basically give 5 people a crap weekend, crap game at the weekend. I think Vanguard players are going to be quite happy with this. They're going to really enjoy that. I don't mean the card game. I mean Vanguard, was it Invasion? Yeah. And then finally, Games Workshop retailers will be very happy with this because all of the new units, many of the new units are a little bit cheaper. So things like I think is it £35 Death Leaper is going to go off the shelves pretty hot, I think. So overall, some really good winners in there. Some things I like to see. My favorite, probably the Prime. Big fan of that. I think that's really cool. I can actually paint him and play him now. And the Lictors, pretty cool. All right, let's go to the losers. Loser number 1, the Swarm Lord, gaining 20 points, and eye-watering 20 points for a model I wasn't using anyway. He's all right. He's just not as good as the Hive Tyrant. Oh, but wait, the Hive Tyrant's got up in points. 15 points. Yikes. So they're my 1 and 2. Swarmlord could have been interesting if the Hive Tyrant went up in points and the Swarmlord didn't. However, he's said 15 points, hold my beer, I'm going up 20 points. So overall, you're not really happy to see it. Tyrannofex up 45 points. I mean, that's just rough, man. Like, I think it lost the -1 damage as well. So it's a double whammy. They're going in my cupboard, never to be seen until 11th, unless the points change. Zoe's up 20 points. I mean, it was coming, right? People were using them, and they've just got this like stigma that they're still amazing. I don't really like them. I like 1 unit for the 6 up invuln on a like a swarm army or something. But in reality, like I just think they're a bit rough. Like they swing too much. Sometimes they, like on a good day they'll kill something. On a normal day they won't. After that, number 5, controversial choice is the Screamer Killer. It's in the top 10 losers despite going down 10 points because I'm still not going to use it at 170. It's still too expensive. I'd rather use a Haruspex. Even though it's smaller, maybe less fast, it's just better. And I don't even use Haruspexes, so what does that say about a Screamer Killer? Barbed Hierodule up 35. Barbed Hierodules are good, to be fair. Like, they're better than the scythed ones. And them going up 35 is going to make my friend Byron a very sad puppy. He is a big Crusher Stampede guy. And yeah, that's a real kick in the nuts for Barbed Hierodule players. Because that's, if you're taking 2, because you are, that's 70 points extra. That's a unit. So real rough one for them. Hive Guard up 10 points. If you're one of those Hive Guard shot cannon people, you're going to be sad. I'm not. I don't really care. But if you are, fair. Like, they're just not great still. And I think they're still living off the damage they did to themselves in 8th and 9th. Tervigan, -10 points. Again, the unit that should have seen more. So it's still a loser in my eyes. It doesn't have an invuln. You think maybe you can give it 1? I don't care. Like, it's probably points to give it 1, and that's the disaster in my eyes. It should not be as many points as it is. Maleceptor at 5 points. That's just a quality of life sadness because it's really good. I'd still take it, but really good. Rippers up 5 per model base. That sucks, man, because it's only, what was it, 15 points a model anyway. So if I take 3, I'm basically paying for 4. And what? Come on, guys. Come on, the Rippers. Not really doing a great deal. Unless the assimilator works. Cool. Honorable mention, Synaptic Linchpin, which was the only enhancement to go up in points. I mean, that was like, I've got 10 points left, stick it in. I don't think it really ever did. A great deal for anyone. So a bit weird that it's going up in points. Still, yeah, I probably wouldn't take it at 20 points. I'd take the other one of the other ones. The Emissary going up 5 points is a small one. Still take it. Still looks awesome. Assimilator going up 0 points. I think that's a loser because it's still not as good as the Emissary. Like the Emissary is just better and it's cheaper. Biovore's 10 points. Don't care. Still taking him. Probably 1, but 75 points for a unit that does what it does is still so strong. Winged Hive Tyrant wasn't taking 1. It's too big. You can shoot it from anywhere. So when you add 15 points to it, that just makes me not want to take it even more. Psychophage, 0 points. It shouldn't be as expensive as it is. Like, it's a really cool model and I really want to use it, but it's so many points. I think it's only going to get used in 1 build, and that'll be the assimilator if you want to take it in that. And some people don't. So really sad for that. That'll come down in points later down the line for sure. Scythe Hierodule, if you're one of the crazy people who weren't taking a barbed Hierodule, or maybe you've glued the arms on so you can't change them, you're going to be super sad when it goes up 25 points. It's not as expensive as the barbed one, and that's because it's not as good as the barbed one. So if you want to save 10 points and be a lot worse, go for that. And the other also, people who just like Crusher Stampede, there's a lot of stuff in here that you really wanted to use in that, and you're just expensive. So overall, that's my winners and losers, guys. It's 10 minutes long, this video. Let's go. If I want to hear what you guys think, what's good, what's bad, put it in the comments, like, subscribe, do all that jazz. And I will see you in the next meta. Have fun. Bye.